Guys, thank you so much for coming this morning. We are here from Mount Lake Terrace High School to show you a little bit about our STEM program. You guys are going to learn a couple of things. You're going to learn about our classes. You're going to learn about our clubs. And you're going to learn a little bit about the community that all these students are part of and are proud enough to have come here today to show you what we do. When you join our program, the first thing you do as a freshman is you sign up for one of our classes, and that's what gets you started. The class you sign up for is based on the math class that you have when you come to Mount Lake High School. So, if you guys are coming in with Algebra 1, you're going to start with Mr. Owens.
So if you are in Algebra 1, you guys will be taking Computer Science Foundation. You're going to learn some basics of programming using tracing the turtle and a few other things. And it's awesome. The other class you'll be taking is Robotics 1, which is a really sweet program. We spend a lot of time playing with robots. Currently they're building robots to play soccer against each other with, so that's a lot of fun. This one will be yours.
Cool. So, if you guys come in ready to take geometry, or maybe you come in ready to take even Algebra 2 or pre-calculus, you're going to start with my class. Now, eventually everybody takes my class, so even if you start with robotics. I'm the first full year course, and what we focus on is giving you the ability to solve a problem by using what we call the design process. So how do you research? How do you brainstorm? How do you focus your creativity to come up with a successful design? And then we build it. You guys have unlimited use of our 3D printers. You have unlimited use of our wood shop. We have laser cutters. We even have a machine that's bigger and more expensive than your first car that'll cut an entire sheet of plywood into whatever you want. Y'all, we can print boats in our shop. It's pretty awesome. This is a class that gets you started. So, when you guys take the intro classes, you get started. Your next option is to split out and get some specializations in different types of technology. So the first one you're going to hear about is our aerospace courses.
Hey everybody, my name is Keen Trung. I'm a junior. I've been in this program for 3 years now. So I'm going to talk about a bit about aerospace. In IED, you learn problem-solving skills. In aerospace, you'll put those skills to use, while also delving deeper into the engineering process. As this is the aerospace pathway, you'll also learn about planes, how to build them, the components of them, and how they fly. But what really drives this pathway are the projects. You will, of course, have assignments and lectures, which will provide you with the prerequisites and skills you need to do these projects and succeed. For the next couple of weeks, those are on you. You'll have to put together a team by yourself and then work on these projects. There are deadlines and schedules, of course, but how you spend your time is up to you. So as you might be able to tell, you have a lot of freedom in this class, but you'll also have a lot more responsibilities. Some of the projects you'll do in this class are, as shown up there, compound machines, leaf planes, circuit LEDs, truss bridges, CubeSat research. My personal favorite project would have to be the leaf plane, one that I completed recently. You are tasked with designing an airfoil using a variety of CAD programs, that one right there, that achieves the greatest lift while also not having too much drag. Now you'll learn how to do the math for these the lift equations as well, but we're in the 21st century, guys. We have computers that will do the math for you. Now, once you've designed your airfoils, you'll then build them, as I did here. Put all the components together and have a relatively working plane. So to reiterate, this pathway is all about learning the skills of an engineer and what it's like to be an engineer, working on a team, doing a project. So if you're looking for a class with lots of hands-on projects where you can build cool stuff, this is the pathway for you. Thank you.
Alright, I'm going to talk a little bit about biotech. So biotech is a really fun and hands-on course. We get to do stuff like playing around with E. coli cultures and doing DNA fingerprinting on hair follicles DNA. In addition, we get to use tools that actual researchers use, like industry-level micropipettes, and we get to use other procedures like ELISA plates that also professionals go through. In addition, we have a really cool opportunity to shadow researchers, and what that basically is you go to a research center or a lab, and you get to follow around the researchers and copy what they do, take notes, and it's really cool because it's stuff that we've done in class being used at a professional setting, much, much bigger. So we knew exactly what was going on. So, have you ever wanted to be a mad scientist? Well, now's your chance. Join biotech.
Just to add on to what Angela just said, I am also in the biotech pathway. What does the day-to-day look like in the biotech field? This is nothing like IED, which is a course that everyone's required to take, but it's still fun. You don't do as much math, you do more labs. You're in labs after lab after lab after lab, just practicing the basics of what you need for biotech. And it's really fun. I had this internship that I went to, and they asked me, oh, do you know how to do gel electrophoresis? And they're like, and I'm like, yeah. And they've never had a student know how to do that already. So it prepares you for opportunities like that as well. That was really interesting to me. That's it, yeah.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Katie Larios and I'm going to be talking about the computer science pathway. One thing about me is that I actually got involved with STEM later in my life, and meaning I didn't necessarily take any STEM classes in middle school. In fact, in 8th grade I actually dropped out of my only STEM class, coding, which is ironic, because I hated it just so much. But besides the point, I like to code now. But when I first started my coding journey, I felt like I was incredibly behind all my peers. I mean, as you can tell, there's so many smart, passionate people in this program that have been doing it for much longer than I have. And for that reason, I think coding classes and STEM classes have always been intimidating for me. But what I've actually found with this STEM program, it's very beginner friendly. Questions have always been encouraged, and I've never been shamed by any of my teachers for not knowing an answer. I also get to constantly challenge myself and have fun with all these amazing projects, like programming my own games and making my own websites. Overall, I can say with the help of my amazing teachers and this program, I've been able to catch up and even surpass some of my peers.
All right, hey everyone. Oh wow, you guys just stopped clapping, okay. I'm also the computer science pathway. I'm Jacob Nakanada, I'm a junior. If you don't know how to code, you're going to learn how to code from taking computer science. I knew how to code going in, and so therefore I didn't spend most of my time doing the work that was assigned to learn to code. Instead, I was actually coding. I worked on games and websites. I've spent a good 52 hours on a single game in a team of 6 people, mostly programming, designing, doing art, and so on. And Wilson is going to play it right now. So, go. You're going to play a video game that we've created. I think it won 2nd in state, 7th at nationals. So this game was created in Unity. Again, 6 people. We tend to have 2 artists and like 4 programmers all working.
Oh. There's instructions.
Yeah. And so a lot of work went into the design of this game. It's based off of the immune system reacting to COVID. So yeah.
Whoa. What is that?
Let's see if you can avoid it.
No.
At least.
Hello there, my name is Ryo Chia. I am a senior at Mount Terrace High School. So we talked about the different pathways and classes we offer at Mount Terrace. Now let's talk about the clubs. So there's a variety of clubs here at Mount Terrace that we offer. However, the objectively best club you should join is TSA. So a little bit of backstory about me. Even though I've been in STEM for 4 years, going into Mount Terrace, I didn't really care about STEM. I was in music, before then I was a full commit music student. And I really just kind of joined IAD because I thought I needed a class to fill in my schedule. However, that kind of flipped around once I got introduced to TSA. Because TSA, there's this large list of events that they offer here, like miniature projects you can do, that you can compete both state and nationwide. And one of those little projects caught my eye, in particular, video game design. So I'm going into freshman year, making a video game for TSA State. Y'all heard this rule before. How was your first design? Say it out loud.
It sucked!
Correct, it sucked! It did terrible. Absolutely awful. So, but oddly enough, I still decided, even though I did absolutely terribly my freshman year, I still decided to continue working in the club. So sophomore year, I get to work with Jacob, and we make a 3D video game. I got 5th place at state. The next year, at my junior year, we worked together again and made the video game you just saw. That got 2nd place at state and 7th place at nationals. So really, the reason why I really am sticking to this club is because I get to pursue the projects I'm passionate about making. I love video games, and that's why I'm still in TSA. I get the opportunity to play video games and make them. So really just think of any project you want to make, big or small, and really any project you can think of that can fit into TSA. And off to robotics.
Hello everyone, I'm Gavin Lee, and I am the president of our FRC Robotics Club, where we build 100-pound robots to compete in 3v3 matches against other robots. But the thing is, if you believe it or not, this entire robot was created in 8 weeks. And I don't just mean we picked up some kit and assembled it in 8 weeks. At the start of that 8 weeks, we had no idea what robot we needed to build. During that time frame, we entirely designed, tested, redesigned, manufactured, wired, and programmed this entire robot. Every year, a corporation or organization known as FIRST gives us a game. And that game is a series of small challenges a robot has to complete in order to compete. For an example, you can see up in the animated video, the robot is shooting little oversized tennis balls into a hoop in the middle. So our robot had to be able to pick up and shoot balls into a big hoop in the middle. And then in the end game it had to climb, which wasn't shown. And during that process, we spent quite a long time working on this robot. We spent a few weeks designing it, a few weeks assembling it, and then a few weeks testing it and programming it. But one of the very unique things about FRC is that it allows you to branch out into programs you might not have, or in expertise you might not have otherwise experienced. For example, I'm a computer science student, but for this robot itself, I actually spent most of my time doing design work, something that you might learn in something like PE or aerospace. Which is really cool because and we can also teach you any of the skills that you're going to be using on this robot. Also unique is that during this club you are probably going to experience single-handedly the most time you will ever spend in our in-house shop. Last week alone, I spent at least 50 hours working in our shop working on our current robot. That's a lot of time, pretty much a full-time job. FRC will single-handedly be some of the most intense fun you will ever have.
Hi, I'm Ben Carney. I am the president of VEX. I'm a senior at Mount Terrace. And while FRC has one big robot, in VEX, we get to make a lot of little smaller ones. We have a smaller size limit, and because of that, we're able to make a lot more robots. In one competition, you can have one robot. If you don't like that robot because it sucks, like your first design always does, then just make a new one. You have that option. Our competitions are announced in May of the year, and we have until May of the following year to compete at a world competition with nations across the entire world, or with teams across the entire world. And I'll let Amir talk about this game for this year.
Hello, I'm Amir. I'm a junior. I'm the vice president of X Robotics Club. This year, we are building a robot to basically play frisbee golf. Up there is an example of another robot that kind of does what our robot does. Shoots distance to the little hoop. Then there's also rollers that we have to roll to get points. And at the end of the game, we have to shoot out string launchers to cover tiles, which also gives us points, which is pretty cool. On our robot, we have these little catapults. They're not completely finished yet, but they will end up shooting metal nuts that are attached to strings, and it will cover tiles of string and give us points. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jade. I am a junior and I am president of MTHS HOSA Club, Healthcare Occupation Students of America. We prioritize those who are interested in becoming future healthcare professionals. We also prioritize education, collaboration, and experience in our club. We have grown exponentially as a club between last year from only 8 members to 45 this year. And from these photos up above, we actually just came back from our first state competition in Spokane. And we had a lot of fun in Spokane, and we had events such as, we competed in events such as sports med, biomedical debate, forensic science, biotechnology, health career photography, medical math. We had epidemiology, pharmacology, dental terminology, and veterinary science, and so many more healthcare professions that there are out there. And actually, we did have a handful of students qualify for regionals, like Angela here, who came in 3rd place and is going to Dallas in June for nationals. And
what's up, guys? I'm Mitchell Finlawa, host historian, junior. You know, I've been a part of many clubs, including TSA. I'm just gonna say, HOSA is the best. It's very beginner friendly. When I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. But thankfully here at MTHS, our chapter has all the resources you need for any healthcare related interest. We just came back from Spokane for our state competition, like Jade said. And I can say with confidence, I can perform life-saving CPR at a professional level, something I never thought I would ever be able to do. If you're interested in learning cool stuff like this, I highly recommend that you join us. Thank you. Already out there.
Oh my gosh, CPR! I'm also an OSA, and I know how to do CPR. Oh, where are you too? Oh, he's not breathing, guys. Oh, man. I'm okay now. He's awake, guys. I guess I'll cover this one. We weren't able to have a student from our rocketry club at the presentation today. Fortunately, I'm actually a member of the club and not an advisor. The joke is the sun never sets on the STEM empire. Students are here for 50 hours a week. Students are traveling all over the state and eventually the country. And even the teachers get involved in the clubs. Our rocketry club has 2 roles. One is called TARC, Team America Rocketry Challenge. And these are the real rocket scientists. Who shot those little Estes rockets? Little parachute? Yeah. Those bored the crap out of me. The TARC team, they have to fly a rocket to exit exactly 840 feet in the air in probably about 8 seconds. Then the rocket has to split into 2 separate components, each one holding an egg. Those 2 eggs have to fall undamaged as close to the landing site as possible. The whole thing has to happen in exactly 20 seconds. If they miss any one of those numbers, or their eggs crack, or their performance is otherwise not to specifications, they lose points. Holy crap, that's really hard. I prefer giant explosives. I'm part of the high power rocket team. This is my level 1 certification rocket. This is what level 2 looks like. Level 3 is that much bigger. This rocket, just as a level 1 cert, which any student over 16 can get, in order for me to fly my toys, I have to get an FAA variance, which means that they don't let passenger aircraft fly near me while I'm playing. I like that. High power rocketry is amazing. You guys get to have a card in your wallet that says that you can buy explosives that other people can't, and that they will give you a $1 million insurance policy to let you play with your toys, and permission to contact the FAA and say, clear the skies, I'm bored. It's truly, truly wonderful. And this is what we do, folks. So we have the really good classes, but I think personally, what makes these programs and what we do at Malik Terrace High School really special is you get to involve yourself in a community, kids like this, and toys like this, and really do something above and beyond just good classes.
I'll Ryan in a second. So, some of you guys know this around here. He's really new in the sense that this club only began in February for the year. This is our esports club. We compete in a high school level against various schools around the state in Rocket League, League of Legends, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you're interested in one of these games, it's phenomenal, but I'm not going to talk about it much because we have a captain of our Rocket League team here.
Hey everybody, my name is Ryan. I'm the Rocket League team captain for varsity. We play against teams from all over the state. We play people from all across. It's everywhere. And we don't have to travel at all. We go to a room in our school and just play video games. It's great. After school, that's all I have to do. I go and I play video games. It's great. Our school is the first school in our district and only school in our district to have 6 district-issued computers that are spec'd out to play the highest level of video games that are possible. Currently, our team is pretty much undefeated. With the internet, we had to lose a game, but it's fine. We have another game tomorrow. We're gonna play, I forgot who, but we're planning on winning that too. We are hoping to be able to go to state level and win in the postseason. Right now we have a high chance of doing that and hoping to continue that. So if you like playing video games, come join us. It's a great time. It's really fun.
Hey Ryan, that's a really cool video. Do we know anything about that?
No, nothing whatsoever.
No idea whatsoever.
Actually, this is our coach's gameplay. He just, pulled up one of his clips from his computer and was like, this is not bad, and it's just a nice double tap. It's kind of sad that our teacher is better than us at the game, but.
Owen is the highest rated coach in the state. That's true. In Rocket League.
Yeah, honestly, if you start joining as a freshman, you will, as like a low player, you probably be top 10%, top 20% with Owen's teaching you.
The top 30 by senior year.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So, yeah, really come join us. It's a great experience. It's really fun.
Oh, we have a demo from the biotech program. I'm going to stay away from myself.
It's deadly, yeah. All right, hey guys, what's going on? I'm Ryan. You guys seem a little tired, so let's wake you up with some chemistry. All right, guys. Oh, that's right. You gotta wear your safety glasses. Very dangerous stuff we're doing. Life-threatening, in fact. First up, how many of you guys have seen the show Breaking Bad? Hey! So, how many of you guys know about this little thing called chemistry? That's great, that's great. So, essentially what we're doing here is biochemistry, or at least trying to reflect that through our little presentation. Although, this one, the government lets you do and doesn't send the DEA to your house. So, first off, we're going to start with this little fun chemical called hydrogen peroxide. Does anyone know what hydrogen peroxide is? Oh, that's great, that's great. Its chemical composition is H2O2. And essentially what that fun little chemical does is it oxygenates everything around it. Every time it comes into contact with oxygen, light, water, that's why it has to be kept in this little matte colored little brown container so that light doesn't penetrate through and begin the oxidization reaction before you want it to. And a little fun fact about hydrogen peroxide is that the German scientists in World War II actually used hydrogen peroxide 90% solution as rocket fuel. And essentially, whenever you had a little rocket leak of that fuel, every single German scientist that was under the rocket melted. So essentially, thankfully, this is only 5% hydrogen peroxide, so hopefully none of us melt, hopefully. And essentially what we're doing in this reaction is we're breaking down the hydrogen peroxide into bubbles, because when hydrogen peroxide breaks down, it turns into water and oxygen gas. And how it does that is it naturally breaks down when exposed to oxygen, as I said before. What we have here is yeast, baking yeast, we use in bread, sourdough, all that. And essentially what that works as is a catalyst. We have catalysts in our own human body, namely, most importantly, RNA polymerase, which helps in transcription to turn DNA to RNA. And this catalyst, yeast, helps that reaction of breaking down the hydrogen peroxide into oxygen, bubbles, and water. So why don't we go ahead, can we get a drum roll, please? For a little fun. Or we're just going for it. Oh my gosh! Science! And essentially what's happening here is that we added soap to the hydrogen peroxide so that those oxygen bubbles are trapped by the soap. You have a, did you just touch it? Okay. It has a higher surface tension than it would as just the water, so those bubbles are able to be trapped. And that's, biotech. You get to work with chemicals. Questions?
We're gonna, for the sake of the recording, we're gonna forego in-person questions. For those of you watching this recording, thank you so much for watching the video. And if you do have any questions, you will find our emails here on the STEM website, and we'll get back to you at our earliest convenience.